She kept her maiden name. He has his name. Which I think's fine. Cool.
So they're coming up with a new last name?
They combined their last names for one last name.
Oh, no.
Why not? And instead, the government says, no, can't do it.
Exactly.
Why? I would be cool if I were to marry someone, they didn't change their name, and they wanted to name the kid their last name or hyphenate the name. That's all good to me. But no, the government says, no, you can't do it. Which I think is kind of dumb. You should be able to name a kid anything as long as it's not obscene.
Why not? If you can change your name to like Meta World Peace or whatever,
Right.
like why could you not do that?
All right. Yeah, I mean, literally, his last name was
World
Peace. Now his last name's like Panda.
Yeah.
Something
That's
else.
okay, but...
Yeah, that's okay. But if you want to change your last name to like, I think it was like Espina or something, which combined the two. I'll read you the story here. A couple is suing the state of Tennessee for the right to choose the surname of their newborn son. Kim Sarubi and husband Carl Abramson named their child Camden Sabr. The last name Sabr is shared by their two other children, is a combination of letters from both their other parents. The two other children, they weren't Tennessee residents when they were born, so they were able to pick.
That's going to be so weird to have the kids growing up with not the same last name.
Oh, it's dumb that the state's doing this. The two other children were born in other states where there was no objection to the newly created surname, but the state of Tennessee won't allow for the name Sabr, S-A-B-R, to appear on the baby's birth certificate. So Ruby said the other day after their son was born, she got a call from Tennessee's Vital Records office. They said they could not use the name Sabr, or however you want to say it. Probably Saber, right? S-A-B-R?
Yeah.
And if you were to say it, because Tennessee law mandates that a baby's last name has to be either the father's last name or a combination of both parents' last names. The family is suing the state with the help of the ACLU. It's about changing the law. It's an outdated law. I would agree with that. It is an outdated law.
The state shouldn't decide. I thought you were saying the husband was putting up a fight saying, nope, that baby's going to have my last name or the baby daddy. But since they're both in on it, I think it's okay. But if the dad wants his last name, kid should get the dad's last name.
Well, they're combining the names. So it'll be S-A-B-R. The other two are. And now they're not going to... I mean, I guess they didn't know beforehand, or you just could have went to another hospital in another state, I guess. Right? And had the baby? Would that count?
Yeah, if you're born over state lines, you're born in that state.
Absolutely.
Eddie, your kids have funny names.
They're just unique.
Yeah, any problem?
No. We didn't mess with the last names. I know we talked about...
You talked about changing the last
Well,
names?
here was the problem. When my wife and I got married, she dropped her maiden name. So her maiden name isn't part of her name anymore when she married me. Then her parents were kind of like, no, like, we like having your maiden name. When you usually get married, it's her first name, the maiden name, and then the husband's last name.
Is that true? Like,
No,
the middle name?
I know a few people that have done that, but most people just drop the maiden name. The woman drops her name, takes the man's identity because she is now married to that man, and that man is
But the
in
issue
charge.
with my wife's family is
I don't think the man is in charge.
No, yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
not true. The issue with my wife's family is that they were all daughters. They all had girls. And so her dad was thinking, well, I mean, the only way I can have my last name live on through you is for you to keep your maiden name in your name. But she dropped it. And it was
But even if she were to have a kid, which she
it's
did,
still
two of
gone.
them,
Yes. It's still gone.
It's still out.
But in the Mexican culture, all those names stay.
Oh.
So it would be like...
what do you mean they all
It would
stay?
be like Eddie, Juanito, Gutierrez, Garcia.
That's how it is in Egypt.
So that's how they
How
get
many
those
middle
long
names do you
names.
have,
It's
Nada?
not. No, I don't have. But it's for the guys. Like it's like you take on your dad's name as like your last. Like the last names continue on.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people from Mexico that have, like, long names.
I wish I had more middle names.
I mean,
I would
you
add
can go
one
get
from
some.
every culture. Like, I would add an Asian one, a
What, honey?
Spanish one, and I'd be like, yeah.
Did
of
you
course.
poop again?
What's your name?
They're talking
William?
about you on the radio.
William, white as could be.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any whiter. I'd love to have names from all different. I would add them. I tried to add iHeartRadio as my middle name. Somebody told me not to.
That's Tennessee law.
I was going to legally switch my middle name to iHeartRadio, and the company said, nah, probably better that you don't do that. All right, hold on just a second.